where a wife exposes her pool businessman, husband suspicious after-hours visits and bikini-clad clients, demanding full financial support, and a father fights to reduce child support after his daughter moves in with him, but his ex-wife is nowhere to be found. 2 cases, 0 accountability. Let's get into it.
Well, basically, I am leaving Mr. Harper because I have reason to believe that he's been involved with other women, and we have 2 children. We've only been married 2 years.
Okay.
And I'm devastated.
All right. How old are your children?
They are 2 and 6 months.
Oh, you have little babies.
We do.
Okay.
We do.
All right. So you said you have reason to believe. What do you mean by that?
A marriage is crumbling in real time. Mrs. Harper stands before the court, devastated, claiming her husband has been involved with other women, all while raising 2 babies under 2 years old. The truth starts now.
You know, we're in the pool business. My husband, soon to be ex-husband, is in the pool business, and you know, he's going out to these pools after they're finished. I mean, these women are in their bikinis. They're laying out, why does he need to be over there? He's saying that he's just servicing. I don't know what he's servicing.
Servicing the pool after hours?
That's a good question.
Bikinis after hours visits, and a husband who just can't stop servicing his clients. Mrs. Harper isn't buying the pool. Business excuse for 1 second, and honestly neither is the judge. Something doesn't add up here.
So, yeah, I mean, I looked at his phone one day. I mean, it was just because I needed to check on something because I'm in the business too. I'm the secretary.
Okay.
And there's these women, these customers that are texting him. And I mean, it was, I can't even repeat what some of these texts
The customers that are in the swimsuits?
So they're the women of these pools that have been put in, and they're texting him long after the pools have been put in.
Oh my.
Yeah.
Okay.
She's not just asking for a divorce. She's asking for her entire life to stay intact. Private school, a nanny, a $500,000 home. Mrs. Harper wants everything preserved, and she wants him to pay every single cent.
And so what are you seeking here today?
Well, basically, I just can't bring my children up in this kind of situation. And I basically want to leave with the children. And, you know, he makes a lot of money. Our business makes a lot of money. But when I leave, I'm not going to have that. So I need to keep the lifestyle that my children and I have had. They go to private school.
Private school for a 2-year-old and a 6-month-old baby. The judge can barely believe it. At $1,800 monthly, this family isn't just comfortable. They're living in a whole different financial universe. Entirely.
And we have a nanny, and so I need to continue that so that their lives aren't disturbed. And we live in a house, $500,000, and I need to maintain something similar so that it's not a big adjustment for any of us.
Okay, let me ask you a couple of questions. Private school, do you all pay tuition for that?
Yeah, yes.
Okay. How much is it? If you were to break it down monthly, because I know tuition sometimes isn't a monthly thing.
It's about $1,800 a month.
18.
So, the judge can't hide her shock. Private school tuition locking in at $1,800 monthly for babies. But here's the twist. Once they're accepted, that price never rises. The judge is finally starting to follow the math.
Oh my gosh. They teaching the baby how to drive?
Well, the baby's not there yet, but he will
Well,
be.
the 2-year-old, right?
Well,
That's still a baby for $1,800.
It's a tuitional, I mean, it's a, you grow with the school, so.
does the tuition payment grow too?
No.
Oh, okay. So it stays at $1,800.
Yeah.
Okay.
Once they're accepted, they're accepted.
Okay. I follow you now.
A nanny private school, and now she's eyeing homes in the same neighborhood because moving far would be too disruptive. Mrs. Harper's demands keep climbing, and she hasn't even gotten to the mortgage conversation yet.
Break that down monthly. That's about $150 a month. What about the nanny? How much does she cost monthly?
I mean, he pays most of the bills, so he can probably answer that better.
Okay. Have you already started looking at other homes, other apartments, or anything like that?
Yeah, you know, there's a couple other homes in the neighborhood that I'd really like to move into. I think that would be the least disruptive to me and to the kids.
She doesn't want to rent. She wants to buy $3,000 a month in mortgage payments, and she fully expects him to cover most of it. The word spousal support has never carried this much financial weight before.
So, yeah. And
would you be renting out those homes?
Basically, I would like to buy one.
Okay.
So that we can maintain the same lifestyle that we've had.
Okay. If you were to buy a home, the homes that you were looking at, what are you looking at on mortgage?
About $3,000 a month.
Okay.
But again, I mean, I would think he would need to pay the majority of that.
So, she wants him to buy the house, keep paying the nanny, maintain the private school, and cover everything until she eventually finds a job. Eventually, Mrs. Harper's list of demands grows longer with every single breath she takes.
You want him to buy you a home, you and the children a home.
I mean, I would call it spousal support. Yeah.
Okay. All right. What about any other bills that you would potentially have to pay?
So, you know, I think he should keep paying for the nanny and the private school.
Okay.
And, you know, I have been only working part-time. And of course, I would not want to keep working in the business with him and these customers who are still coming around.
Finding a new job could take a very long time, or so she says. Until then, she wants him paying everything, every single bill. The judge listens carefully, but her patience is already beginning to visibly wear thin.
I would have to find a job, and that could take a really long time. So I would think he should pay everything until I find something where I can work part-time.
Okay. All right. Is there anything else you want me to know before I move over to him?
Well, just don't believe his excuses about these women. That's all I can say.
Oh, okay.
Mr. Harper finally speaks, and he comes out swinging. He built this business before they even married. He works hard, maintains quality, and visits clients for referrals. But will his explanation be enough to satisfy anyone in this courtroom?
Mr. Harper?
Well, there's no excuses about any of the women. I had developed this business long before we got married.
Okay.
And we've been married a couple of years. And I've worked hard to get this business to where it is. I've got a great staff. I've got a great team of crews out there working. And you know, one of the things that I do is I go out and I make sure the work's quality work, so I can put my name on it. Do I take care of my clients after we put in a pool? Absolutely.
He calls it client maintenance. She calls it something else entirely. Mr. Harper insists his after-hours visits are purely about referrals and business relationships, but the judge isn't letting him off the hook without digging much deeper.
Well, your definition of taking care, is it what she's thinking?
No.
Okay.
It's I maintain contact with my clients, and they contact me if there's an issue, if they've got questions.
He maintains contact.
And I go out and I see those clients because that tends to give me more referral business. And I'm not having to spend as much on marketing and advertising as I would if I didn't have that referral business.
So, first thought, the judge drops a bombshell. There's a photo of him inside a client's pool. Mr. Harper claims he doesn't remember it, but that answer satisfies absolutely nobody in this courtroom. His credibility is cracking right before everyone's eyes.
I make sure I keep in contact with all those clients.
Why are these women saying that, come over, I'm going to be laying out?
They tell me whatever they want to tell me. That has nothing to do with.
So you go join them while they're laying out?
Well, I mean, if they're out by the pool, they're out by the pool. That has nothing to do with my business.
Do you join them in the pool?
No.
Okay.
I saw a picture. One of those texts had a picture of you in the pool.
I don't.
What were you doing in the pool? You were checking the depth?
I don't remember ever seeing that picture.
He admits the nanny does most of the child care work. He questions her dedication as a mother. The gloves are completely off now, and Mr. Harper's defense is shifting from defending himself to attacking his wife's parenting entirely.
Now, I will say this. She has imagined a lot of stuff that goes on.
She has a good imagination.
Very good.
Oh,
and
okay.
she does work part-time as the secretary, but her primary job is to take care of the kids.
Okay, so you agree with everything she said about taking care of the kids and everything like that?
And she does a fairly good job when she's there.
Oh, what does that mean?
Primarily, the nanny does all the work.
He calls her spa's therapy sessions. She fires back that she's in therapy because of him. The courtroom tension explodes as she delivers the most devastating line yet. She once imagined he was a good man too.
Speaking of the nanny, how much do you pay her a month?
We're actually paying her probably a little less than what we deserve, but it's probably about $1,200 a month.
Okay.
And
so you make pretty good money. How much money do you make in this pool business?
Well, I've been averaging about $280 a year.
But it could be higher?
It could be.
Or it could be lower?
It depends on the market.
Okay.
He's not even being truthful about that. He makes over $300.
He makes over $300? Okay. Is that true, Mr. Harper?
No.
And covers the house, the bills, the insurance, $39 monthly. Just for the children's health coverage alone. Mr. Harper is painting himself as the responsible provider, but his use of the word wholesome raises immediate eyebrows.
So where does she get that from?
Well, I mean, it's her lifestyle. I mean, she likes going out and with her girlfriends and having her lunches and having her, her spa days and
therapy sessions.
I pay
You
for.
call your spa days therapy sessions?
No, I'm going to therapy because of what he's putting me through.
Oh, okay. You sure it's not what your imagination is putting you through?
I imagine
because he said you are imagining all of this.
I imagine he was a good guy too, a couple of years ago when I said I do.
And he says she hands everything to the nanny and lives a cozy life while barely engaging with their own children. Then he drops a surprise demand. He wants full custody. The courtroom goes completely silent in absolute stunned disbelief.
Yeah, only in that do I have a good imagination.
Oh, okay.
So not only do I maintain the house and maintain the bills and take care of all that, I also have the kids on my insurance, her on my insurance.
How much is the insurance for just the children?
$309.
$309, okay.
Yeah. And, that's important to me. I want the kids to be safe. I want the kids to be brought up in a good, wholesome environment.
Wholesome.
Would his work schedule even allow him to properly raise 2 babies? He hesitates. The judge cuts straight through it. Wouldn't the children simply be better staying with mom? His answer reveals more than he ever intended to show.
And she,
You're not
she
even
gives
home
everything
at
off to the
night.
nanny.
Ma'am, let him speak. I gave you an opportunity to speak. He did not interrupt you while you were speaking. I promise I will get back to you. Continue, Mr. Harper.
She doesn't, she pretty much hands everything off to the nanny and requires the nanny to take care of all of that. She's got a pretty cozy lifestyle. We've got a nice house. I'd like to keep I'd like to keep the kids, with me.
No.
And make sure they're taken care of because she's too busy taking care of herself.
She proudly declares her deed, and the judge genuinely honors that accomplishment. But then, Mrs. Harper can't hold back any longer. She has something burning to say about his idea of a wholesome lifestyle, and she finally unleashes it.
Work schedule, would that permit you to have the children on a full-time basis?
It would be difficult, but I would see it made sure it happened.
So wouldn't it be in the best interest of the children for them to just stay with mom like they've always been doing?
Well, if mom would stay with them, yeah, I would agree with that. But it's, like I said, it's primarily the nanny.
But you're paying for the nanny, so it would be the same difference if you were to have them. Well, no, they would be with the nanny more if they were with you.
Possibly.
She challenges that word head on. He's visiting women's homes at night while his babies are home waiting. He insists families are always present, but the judge keeps pressing and his answers keep getting more uncomfortably vague each time.
You could potentially be paying the nanny more if the children were with you. I don't think that's good for them. Ms. Harper, I have a couple of questions for you. What is your educational background, if any?
Yeah, I'm very proud to say that I got my GED.
Okay.
Yes.
That's an accomplishment.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And you were going to say something else when I asked you not to interrupt him.
Oh, well,
8 or 9 o'clock at night, visiting clients who call with questions. The judge says it's not too late, but Mrs. Harper isn't having it. Her vision of wholesome family life looks nothing like late-night pool maintenance calls to female customers.
So he's saying he wants them to have a wholesome lifestyle. Like, give me a break. What's wholesome about going to these women's houses? When he could be at home at night. So it's not always during the day. He's not home a lot
I'm not
night.
at women's houses every night or anything like that.
But some nights, huh?
No, not even some nights. Occasionally it happens. And their family is there as well.
So your customers call you at night for pool maintenance?
No cooking, food brought in, someone else handling everything domestic. This family has built an entire lifestyle around outsourcing. And now the judge has heard enough. She's ready to make her ruling, and it won't favor anyone completely.
Is that what you're telling me here today?
No, they'll call me at night to ask me questions about referrals, about maintaining the pool, things like that.
At night?
Sure. Usually when I go over at night, their families are there too.
How late are we talking at night?
Oh, 9 o'clock.
Okay. That's not too late.
It makes no sense. Wholesome
well, I agree
family.
with that. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, a wholesome family. We would have dinner together. We would be at home. We'd be reading to the kids, playing with the kids.
The judge rules spousal maintenance is granted, but she draws a firm line immediately. This is temporary. Mrs. Harper needs to understand that this support exists to get her moving forward, not to fund a permanent life of total comfort.
Yeah.
Oh, so you don't cook?
Well, we have somebody for that.
Oh, so you all have a chef too?
Well, we usually have food brought in, either I come home with dinner or pick something up but yeah, kitchen, no, that's for snacks.
Oh, okay. Well, this is what I am going to do. I definitely think that your wife has grounds. She's eligible to receive some sort of spousal maintenance.
Child support calculations begin. $280,000 annually. Texas Lock App's net resources bringing the calculated figure to $9,200 monthly. 2 children. The numbers are about to determine these babies' entire financial future right now.
Especially if she no longer wishes to remain in the home with you. Had she wished to remain in the home, this will probably be a different type of situation. She may still be entitled to some spousal maintenance, just probably not as much. So what I'm going to do is to order you pay spousal maintenance to your wife. And it's not going to be anything that's, forever, ma'am. I just want you to understand that it will definitely be a temporary situation, at least to get you on your feet so you can look for a job, find suitable living arrangements for the children and everything like that.
The math is ruthless. Net resources calculated at $8,800. 2 children at 25% means one thing. Mr. Harper now owes $2, $22.75 monthly in child support alone. Court has spoken.
Let's start with child support. You said your yearly income is about $280,000 a year. So that would put you, even if it's at $300,000, ma'am, in Texas, he caps. So his gross would be based on $12,325.35, which would make his net resources $9,200. Now, sir, are these the only 2 children you have?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
The judge goes line by line. Nanny at $1,200, private school at $1,800, and a $3,000 mortgage on the table. But she pumps the brakes on that last one. Mrs. Harper will not be fully carried financially by anyone.
So $9,200.
Supposedly.
Well, that has nothing to do with me. We can review that at a later date, but as of today, that has nothing to do with me. So when we look at your income, that brings your net resources to about $8,891. You have 2 children. So if we multiply that by 25%,
$4,500 in spousal maintenance credit given for the health insurance. Total monthly obligation lands at $6,800. The judge calls it fair. The nanny, the school, the children's lives remain completely undisturbed. Justice has a price tag.
And you really didn't disagree with her that you testified about the nanny costing $1,200 a month. I'm going to order that you keep paying that. The private school is $1,800 a month. I'm going to order that you keep paying that. Wife also testified that the mortgage potentially for the next home will be about $3,000. I'm not going to order him to pay all of that. I'm not going to order him to pay all of that because, ma'am, you will be working and you should be able to maintain.
The judge issues her final warning loud and clear. This arrangement is temporary. The moment circumstances change, job found, school ended, nanny gone, he can return to court, and that spousal support could disappear in a single instant.
Just 100% take care of you. Spousal maintenance is to assist. It's not to help you, just live off of him for a long time. So spousal maintenance is going to be in the amount of $4,500. I gave you a credit for that $309 with the health insurance. So that brings your monthly obligation for child support and spousal maintenance to $6,800 a month, which I believe is pretty fair. I mean, you've been maintaining the nanny, you've been maintaining the private school. Nothing should change when it comes to the.
What if finding a job takes a full year? He predicts it'll take even longer. The judge's patience finally snaps. Her words cut sharp and direct. At that point, she says, Mrs. Harper is simply being spoiled.
No sugarcoating whatsoever.
As far as you're concerned, I do believe that part of that responsibility should be yours in terms of paying the mortgage. And I just want to reiterate, this is only temporary. So you start working, you make decent living. The children, for whatever reason, are no longer in private school, or the nanny is for whatever reason removed. He can come back and petition the court and ask for something different. And there's a high likelihood his payment of spousal support to you may be.
The judge delivers her final warning with absolute authority. If years pass without employment, she will end spousal maintenance immediately. This isn't generosity, it's a deadline. Mrs. Harper nods. The gavel falls, and this courtroom chapter officially closes forever.
Case closed.
Drop your verdict in the comments. Up next, things get even wilder. A father returns to court after his 13-year-old daughter moves in with him mid-school year, fighting for a child support reduction while his ex-wife is nowhere to be found. Court is back in session. Let's go.
Sure, I'm clear about that.
So what if it takes me a year to get a job?
Well,
Probably figure longer than that.
I hope it wouldn't take you years, ma'am. At that point, you're just being spoiled, must I say. It should not take you years to find.
He's back in court, and this time, everything has changed. His 13-year-old daughter has moved in with him, and Mr. Shepherd wants answers. With one child now under his roof, should he really keep paying the same amount?
If it takes you years to find a job, that means you are intentionally not actively looking for a job. And if he comes back in here, and that is the case, I will surely make sure that he stops paying you spousal maintenance. Okay? Is there anything further?
No.
You have any other questions, sir?
No, ma'am.
Okay. If there's nothing further, you all are dismissed.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
His ex-wife was given proper notice. She showed up last time without hesitation, but today she's completely absent. Mr. Shepherd stands alone before the judge, genuinely unsure why the woman with so much to say last time isn't here.
Yes, Your Honor. When last we met, had my 3 children with my wife.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yes, ma'am. The 12-year-old is now 13 and has come to live with me. So
Okay.
I'd like to see if there's any possibility of getting my child support reduced since she's with me now.
Okay. The cheerleader, right?
Yes.
Okay. I have a good memory.
For months, that's how long his daughter has been living with him right in the middle of the school year. The judge probes whether this was mutual or forced. The answer matters enormously for what this court decides to do next. In truo, her absence speaks volumes. The judge suspects the ex-wife stayed away because she has no real opposition to this change. But with 3 children and serious money on the line, nothing about this case is ever truly straightforward or simple.
Your ex-wife.
Where?
Yeah, she's not here.
I wish I could tell you. I wish I could tell you. I thought she was going to be here.
I mean,
Talked to her on the phone 2 or 3
days.
days ago, and I thought she was good to go.
Well, I thought she was good to go too because it looks like she was given notice to be here,
Yes, ma'am.
and she came the last time.
Yes, Your Honor. She sure did.
$503 monthly in health insurance, a previous deviation that already lowered his payments significantly. Now, with one child living under his roof full-time, the judge prepares to recalculate everything, and the number is about to drop considerably.
So there isn't a dispute between you two of whether or not the child has been living with you, or how long has the child been living with you?
About, let's see, December, January, 4 months.
Okay.
Yeah, we made it the middle of the school year.
Okay. And is that something you guys agreed to do, or is that, did something happen and the child started living with you?
Roughly, we agreed to it over a little bit of time.
From $2,400 down to $1, $98 monthly. Just like that, his financial burden is nearly cut in half. Mr. Shepard can barely contain his relief. One daughter's decision to move in changed absolutely everything in this courtroom. If justice hit different today, smash that like, subscribe, and drop your verdict below.